So Moodbeam came about through my own personal need as a mum to know how my daughter was feeling when she wasn't with me. She came home 4 years ago, 7 years of age, and broke down and said, "Mum, I'm not having a good time at school." And I simply didn't spot that. I thought I'd see the signs. I thought we were that family that spoke about everything, but I just didn't see it coming. And that was a massive moment for me. And when we got all the usual things in place, school were very supportive with some very supportive friends in the village. It left me thinking how great it would be to know how she was when she wasn't with me, so that we could start a conversation, perhaps at bedtime or walking the dog, really to allow me to see how she was during the day. I had this idea it wouldn't leave me alone. I was a working journalist at the time, busy mum, busy family life, but it occupied my every waking moment. And I thought I'd better do something about this. So I spoke to friends in the village, one in particular, a good friend with a daughter in class at the same time. She says, "Why don't you have a word with Jonathan?" So armed with my idea and lots of hope, I rocked up at his door.
So I get this knock on the door, and Christina stood there. My plan up until that point was to take a couple of years out. I just sold a business, and I was planning to maybe sort of rethink and have a bit of relaxation. And so Christina came in and explained this problem she was trying to solve, and I could empathise with it, having a daughter in the same school at the same age. And Christina had done a lot of research and made it clear there was nothing out there that would do what she was trying to do. So we talked about how it could work, and we talked about it being a wearable and an app, and something that somebody could use in the moment, that a child could use. And I said, "Look, you just got to give this a go." And she said, "Well, do you want to help me make it happen?" And that was the start of Moodbeam. And we started off by testing the concept. So we created a minimum viable product, you might call it a prototype, to test it to see whether people would use it, whether they would get some benefit from it. And not only with the parent and child relationship, but we had people who would say, "This would work with my elderly relative. I could understand how they were when I wasn't with them." And then very quickly the conversation started to include general mental health, anxiety, depression, stress, and workplace well-being, and understanding positive mental health and doing more of what makes you feel good, and so on. So we began to move our prototype into all these different areas, and we started to get some amazing feedback and insights, and that powered us forward. That enabled us to raise the funding to put it into production. And so we're on an exciting journey, and we're just at the beginning.